Hey everybody, let's take a look at this matching features section where we're matching these 4 findings to the 3 age groups. So when we first see this type of question, we want to first look for any key words that might help us to listen for what we're going for. In this case, it's fairly straightforward. We have 11 to 18, 20 to 40, and 50 years and over. And I would predict that we will hear each of these in order. In a sense, this is just like a multiple choice question. Okay? We're listening for 11 to 18. Which of these is the correct answer for 11 to 18? A, B, C, or D. Okay? And the options are very simple as well. Scored 1, scored 3, scored 5, or varied reaction. So we want to listen for that phrase, varied reaction. Now in this type of question, we're going to get plenty of traps, simply because the language used in the question is quite simple. We also have a lot of numbers, 1, 3, 5, 11, 18, 20, 40, 50. And we have 8 different numbers there, which for a test writer, that is the perfect situation to involve some traps and some difficult numbers that sound like each other. So you have to be really careful to avoid the traps and listen for the real answers. All right, with that in mind, let's go ahead and practice. So we'll play the full script here. You can see this is questions 38 to 40, so this is the very end of the exam. So we'll play the script and try to listen for the correct answers for 38, 39, and 40.
As to the findings, for us they proved intriguing. In the end, the sample consisted of 311 respondents. I thought initially that people wouldn't be interested in taking part. With the youngest age group, their reaction was very mixed. It was clear that the youngest group had no pattern of preference at all, as they frequently gave no reaction to the pictures. For the 20 to 40 age group, we found that they tended to score more in the middle range, around 3. We found that out of the 3 groups, the most likely to be favorably affected by the images, that is, they were more likely to score the images as 5, were those aged 50 and above. And nobody in this age group failed to say what their reaction was, which was unique for the 3 groups. In total, I have to say that about 71 people indicated that they had no reaction at all to an image. Our general conclusion is that we need to find out more about why people react as they do, by perhaps giving them a chance to give reasons for their decisions. I would like to finish there and give my teammates a chance to add anything I've missed or take any questions or suggestions.
Let's go through our answers one by one, starting with number 38, where we're listening for 11 to 18-year-olds. So looking through the script, okay, we see the youngest age group. Okay, the youngest age group here. There we go. The reaction was very mixed. Okay, so there's our kind of keyword there. Their reaction was very mixed. We should have been listening for the word reaction, right? And they used the word varied instead of mixed. All right, so the answer to number 38 is A. I'll just write that in for us. Okay, are there any traps in here? Well, I don't see any numbers, although I do see 311 here, which you might consider to be a kind of trap, seeing as we have 3 and 1 listed here. I don't think it's a very difficult trap, though. All right, simply because the script had not yet mentioned youngest age group, so we shouldn't really be even listening for the answer yet until we hear youngest age group. Right? And after youngest age group, we don't see anything about numbers 1, 3, or 5. So 38 should have been pretty easy, or at least not too difficult. Now we move on to numbers 39 and 40, and we start right away for the 20 to 40 age group. We found that they tended to score more in the middle range, around 3. But again, pretty straightforward. 20 to 40, around 3. We found that out of the 3 groups, actually, that's getting into our next one. So we found our answer for 39, which was quite simple, around 3. Okay, so we know that the answer there is C. Okay, we had A for number 38, C for number 39. Now, number 40 is the most difficult one. It says here, we found that out of the 3 groups, the most likely to be favorably affected by the images, that is, they were more likely to score the images as 5, were those aged 50 and above. Now, why is that a little bit tricky? Well, here's our cue, those aged 50 and above. And where is our answer? Our answer comes right before that. Okay? This is the reason why 40 might be a little tricky. If you missed answer 39, you might get 39 wrong, choosing D as 39. Okay, so number 40 relies on you answering 39 already. Right? You have to hear 39 first, and then you will be ready to answer 40 correctly, which would be D. Oh, that doesn't look very good. Let me rewrite that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, and so in fact, we don't really have too many difficult traps. I feel like if I were writing this passage, I would involve a few more traps. Maybe here 3 groups could be considered a trap, just because of the word 3. But aside from that, pretty straightforward. We keep mentioning 3 groups, and that could confuse a couple of listeners. So if you were in that category, I can understand. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next passage, our next activity.